Please welcome Marshall Philyaw.
There you go. Pop it right like this. Okay. I'd give anything to have the voice of Doug Anderson. Thank you very much. I am going to try my hand at Troublewit, otherwise known as the Magic Fan. Now, I have never been a big fan of hot weather, and so when I want to dress up, I don't do very much. I just maybe put on a bow tie, and I don't dress up with a bow tie even unless I go to church. And if you want to make sure that I'm a good boy, you can kind of walk over to the side and peek through the church window. But my favorite time is really after church, when we go down into the basement and the ladies make crumbly cake, and serve coffee, and eat off these paper plates. And if we make a big mess, we have a, I guess you could say, a placemat. I noticed one day while I was eating my crumbly cake, I started itching. And it was like happening every Sunday. And I'm thinking, what in the world is going on? It even got so bad I started taking one of these to church. It was a little embarrassing. But then I found out the reason is because I was allergic to one of the ingredients in the crumbly cake that this lady was making. Turned out to be mushrooms. And when I found that out, I took the piece that I was eating and stuck it in a flower vase. But, you know, I like to go outside after church when there's a lot of sun shining, and I'll wear my big sombrero. And, well, we do fun things like play baseball or maybe take a ride in a hot air balloon. Or, some people like to follow along in a hot air balloon. And those things will take you on a merry chase. I mean, you might go through tunnels and over bridges, and you could be running pretty fast if you happen to be itching from one of those crumbly cakes, or you could have a bowl of chili. And if you make a big mess, you could take a bath. And if you take a bath, you could have some music. It's always nice to have a little music with a bath. I was taking a bath the other day, playing with my sailboat, and my wife came into the room with our brand new point-and-shoot camera, and I said, "What are you going to do with that thing?" She said, "I'm going to take your picture." I said, "You're going to take my picture? Now, what do you want to do that for?" And she said, "Because you look really silly sitting, come on around here, sitting in that bathtub, wearing that baseball cap." She said, "You look silly wearing that baseball cap and drinking that big glass of champagne." So, you know, all kinds of weird things can happen when you're taking a bath. Like the stopper can get, bathtub can get plugged up and water won't go out. Well, what happens when the water doesn't go out? Then you have to find some way to make it come out. Well, we were able to scoop it out. And where do you put the water when you scoop it out? Well, we found we could dump it in this big jug, and I could take it over and empty it out the window. But other things can happen when the electricity goes out. Did I say electricity yet? No, that can happen too. The electricity can go out. And when that happens, all kinds of weird things go wrong. instance, you can't open your garage door, you can't brush your teeth, and you can't see if it's nighttime. So we found a candle, and then we found a nice little antique candle holder that we could put it in. But, you know, when the plumbing goes bad and the electricity goes out, time can go very slow. How slow can it go? As slow as a caterpillar. But even a caterpillar can go pretty fast if he happens to be riding on the back of one of these guys. I'm back. Well, we had a lot of fun. We did things that we don't ordinarily do when nothing exciting is happening, like having your electricity go out or your bathtub getting stuck up. We made a big fire in the fireplace, and we had a little problem doing that at first because we couldn't get the fire started, so I had to fan the flames using my old straw hat. And then we had popcorn, and we found a big bowl of wrapped candy left over from Halloween, and we ate so much of that that we were starting to get really full, and we decided to go into the exercise room and work out with this big dumbbell. We figured it was better to work out with one than to be one. Well, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.